Hello, everyone. Welcome to the EJG3 show. This is your host, Eddie Gallagher. Today, I will be talking about the Bills losing to the Texans. Are the Bills in trouble? Jamar Chase suspended versus the Patriots. Joe Burrow making a return to the Bengals. That is today's lineup for this episode. Uh, I'm going to be talking about the Bengals right now. So last week in the NFL, Jamar Chase got suspended for one game for spitting on Jalen Ramsey. Uh, Obviously, there's been a spitting problem in the NFL. Week one, Jalen Carter spit on Dak Prescott, and now this past weekend, uh, Jamar, who really hasn't really gotten in trouble at all in the NFL, finally decided, hey, I'm going to spit on Jalen Ramsey because I'm frustrated. Look, I don't know what was said. All I know is I think spitting on players is a disrespectful thing. I like the fact that Jalen Ramsey retaliated. When you spit on a player, it's so disrespectful, and I don't know why players uh do that. It's number one disgusting. It shows lack of respect for the other for the other individual. And you know what? Jamar Chase is a little bit selfish. I get it. Cincinnati, a lot of turbulence. No Joe Burrow. Defense can't make a stop. But you can't spit on players. Um, that's terrible, man. I mean, when you spit on a player and then you get suspended against the Patriots, who you know are coming into your building, you're not helping your team by that. And Jamar Chase, obviously, he's a key player for the Bengals. They need you on the field. You can't be spitting on players. Um, so that's my thought. It's can these NFL players stop spitting? All right, like it's so gross and disgusting. Just stop it. All right, you're hurting your team. And now, when you have Joe Burrow possibly returning, you're hurting your team even more. Speaking of Joe Burrow, he is possibility returning soon. He had a couple of full practices this past couple of days. Number one, obviously Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I want him to play, but I'm kind of questioning: is he putting himself in danger behind this O line? Team is, I believe they're 2-7. Um, let's see. I can't remember what they are top of my head. My bad. They're 3-7. Look, I think NFL players, if you're healthy, you play, no matter what the status of your team is. Um, Now at the same time, this is a little dangerous. I think Joe Burrow should absolutely uh sit the remainder of the season, try to get healthy. Cincinnati tank for a better draft pick. But hey, you know what? These NFL players, they want to play football, and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna give criticism to Joe Burrow. I mean, look, if he plays and he stays healthy for the rest of the year, good for him. And look, I get the standings, the AFC North. You know, it's kind of wide open. You don't really believe in the Steelers, who the Bengals beat already. Um, you got the Ravens. You have two games. You know, you're playing against them two times. I believe one of them is on Thanksgiving. So look, I get it. Mathematically, you're still alive to win that division, but in reality, this team is not going anywhere. I don't think. I don't think the Bengals and Joe Burrow they should be done. Sit him out for this year. Hopefully, he gets back healthy, and then fix the defense. All you need to do is for the Bengals is fix that defense because they can't stop a nosebleed. No, but Joe Burrow now. This is an injury issue. He sat out a couple games. I believe 2 years ago. He, I believe what this is third injury. I don't know. And it's not his fault. He deserves to play and be healthy. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But in my opinion, I don't think he should be out there because I think he's in risk of injuring something else, not just a turf toe. Okay. So we got a game this weekend. Colts, Chiefs. Now, Chiefs, they're fighting for to get into the playoffs. They're outside looking in. Colts, a lot of people are unsure if they're for real. This is a big game for both teams. And look, I think the Chiefs, they're at home. They have to win this game. They have the better quarterback, but they can't protect Patrick. Mahomes is getting hit. You know, the Colts, they can run the football with Jonathan Taylor. I just I think this game kind of means more to the Colts because if the Colts win, they're for real. Yes, they have a good record, but this will show the whole league, hey, we're we're going to we're for real. We are contenders in the AFC because the AFC it's wide open right now. It's wide open, and I think if the Colts win, they have to be the front runners, right? In the AFC, they should. But I mean, right? I mean, look, I get the Patriots. Uh, you know, they have an easy schedule to get the number one seed. But if the Colts win, they could also get the number one seed. Their schedule's not that tough. So, but let's hypothetically say the Chiefs lose. If they lose to the Colts, I believe they're done. I believe the Chiefs, the, the season over. They're not making it to the playoffs because they're just not that good. I mean, I don't think you can recover being 5-6. Now, if you beat the Colts, yeah, you're probably going to make the playoffs. But 5-6, that's a tough task when you still have the Broncos. Who knows about the Chargers? What a terrible loss to Jacksonville. But I think this game absolutely means more to the Colts. And you know what? If you're the Colts, this is a great opportunity to slay the dragon. I know mathematically the Chiefs won't be eliminated, but it kind of feels like if they do beat the Chiefs, the Chiefs are eliminated. It kind of feels like it because, like I said, the Chiefs' schedule it's a little easy, but it's a little hard as well. I mean, still got a couple divisional opponents. I think the Colts need to win this game. I really do. All right, so the real reason why I'm wearing a mask is because my team, the Buffalo Bills, they lost. And I'm a little ashamed of my team right now. And I need to wear a mask to cover my frustration. And, look, I get it. Texans, they played their butts off. They have the number one defense in the league. Uh, Davis Mills, three straight games, winning close margins, but being capable of winning, which that is great for the Texans. Obviously CJ Stroud recovering from a concussion, but are the Texans dangerous? I don't think they're dangerous, but they can play spoiler. I think they're a spoiler team, and you know that Will Anderson Jr. man, 2.5 sacks on Josh Allen, 10.5 sacks total this year. I just that guy is a beast. He really is, and I got props. I got props. This Venom, this is Will Anderson Jr. This Spider Man, that's Josh Allen. Will Anderson beating up Josh Allen every time. He did it right after him. I just, he was amazing. He was getting after Josh Allen almost every single play. He is one heck of a football player. And I do think the Texans, if the Colts do struggle, I mean, could they win the division? Who knows? But I just don't know if they have the offense. To be honest with you, I mean, I get they're winning because of their defense, not their offense. Um, but let's get to the main story. Let's talk about the Bills. Out of their last, let's say, so they're 7-3. No, no, no. My bad. They're 7-4. Here's who the quarterbacks they lost to: Davis Mills, Tua, Michael Penix, and Drake May. Drake May you can lose to. I think he's a good quarterback. But you let Davis Mills go up and down the field in the first half. How does that happen? The end of the half situation, Ray Davis returns it back, gives you a lead 16-13. You get the ball at halftime, after halftime. But no, you gave up a touchdown with about, I don't know, maybe a minute and 30 seconds. That is awful. And you let your quarterback get sacked 8 times. Josh Allen should not be getting sacked 8 times. All right, you got to protect him, and he's not being protected. And I get Keon Coleman was benched back-to-back games, inactive. Obviously, it was told that he missed a meeting before the Bucks game, but too many turnovers. Receivers can't get any type of separation. The play calling, a lot of screen passes, nothing downfield. What is this offense is doing? Like, they're capable of scoring a lot of points, but they're struggling against mediocre teams. I mean, the Falcons, they're okay. They scored 14 points. Dolphins, you scored 13 points. I mean, you got one offensive touchdown against the Texans. James Cook with the long run. That's terrible. And look, I know I've been saying this for a very long time. Sean McDermott, to me, is on a hot seat. I can't take it anymore. Your defense is trash. I don't think the defense is good at all. Your offense sputters. I don't know whose fault is that. Is that Josh? Is it the receivers? Is it Joe Brady? Is it fault on John McDermott? I don't know. But they got to figure this out. Because congratulations to the New England Patriots. You guys are winning that division. I mean, the Bills right now are not a good team. They're just not. And I don't know which I'm worried about, the defense or the offense. Because they're both struggling right now. And I got to say, what frustrates me, obviously you converted on a 4th and 27th play, a miracle play. But Deion Dawkins, 4th and 1, I believe the Bills are on their own uh, Houston's 25-yard line, something like that. 4th and 1, false start. Are you kidding me? Deion, you cannot be doing that. Your quarterback's been getting hit all day, and you want to have a false start on the most important play of the game. That is atrocious. I don't know, guys. I don't think the Bills can win a Super Bowl this year. And that hurts me as a Bills fan, but I'm being realistic. Because if you can't beat the Texans, if you can't beat the Falcons, if you can't beat the Dolphins, you're not a good team. And I get it any given Sunday. But when you get in the playoffs, you're gonna be facing good teams. And right now, the Bills are just not a good team. Sorry, I just believe that. Like Sean McDermott, he needs to figure it out fast before his butt is going to get fired. That's going to do it for this episode. Hope you like it and subscribe. I'll catch you later.